of our virtual webinar speaker series on Ayurveda on this Thanksgiving weekend. My name is Ritesh Malik, National Convener, Canada India Foundation. Friends, today our expert speaker is Dr. Naveen Chandra Joshi. He will appraise us today on Ayurvedic Marma therapy and its role in management of musculoskeletal pain. Friends, Ayurveda is a traditional Indian alternative medicine system that has a long, rich history of healing human body. Under Ayurvedic medicine, it's believed that the 5 elements of the world have a huge impact on a person's health. Marma science, an extraordinary gem in the vast treasure of Ayurvedic knowledge, represents the science of specific vital places in the body, marmas, that are the seats of life known as pran, the vital life force. As any injury to these parts may lead to severe pain, disability, loss of function, loss of sensation, or even death. Therefore, they hold an important place in the science of surgery. The ancient scriptures have prohibited causing any injury to the marmas. However, recent research has used marma stimulation for therapeutic benefits with encouraging outcomes. Marma points are specific anatomical locations in your body through which the energy of these elements is believed to flow. Marma points therapy is the practice of stimulating these spots through gentle massage therapy. So in today's webinar, we will learn where the Marma points are located, what Marma points therapy is, and the potential benefits of Marma points massage therapy in relieving the pain in the body. So the objective of today's webinar is to understand how 6,000-year-old Ayurveda as an effective alternative healthcare system can provide remedy, preventive measures in the treatment of pain in the body. This Ayurvedic lecture series is in partnership with Canadian Ayurvedic Practitioners Association, Consul General of India, and a Vedic Spiritual Heritage Foundation. Now let me introduce you to our special guest today, Anna Roberts. Anna Roberts is a member of parliament from King Vaughan. Professionally, she brings over 30 years of senior administrative experience from the banking and financial industry. Being a recipient of the Branch Manager of the Year award is a testament to her abilities and commitment to outstanding service. Recognizing the increased vulnerability of the elderly, she has volunteered at the King City Lodge Senior Residence for over a decade and currently serves as a member of the King Township Accessibility Committee. Anna has received numerous awards, including the prestigious Ontario Provincial Volunteer Award. She has also been recognized by Toronto Sikh Children's Hospital, the Salvation Army, and many other community service organizations for her dedicated efforts. Having lived and worked in King Vaughan for over 20 years, she understands the needs of her community firsthand and is passionate about being a strong representative for its residents. Welcome, Anna. We are looking forward to your remarks.
Thank you so much, Ritesh, and I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm honored to be part of this Zoom meeting this morning. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm still not set up through the parliamentary government. However, we are in the process of doing that. So please bear with me as we travel this journey together. I'm honored to hear from the group. I've read up on the medication and the therapy, and I will tell you, during this time, our country has gone through a huge pandemic, one I've never seen in my lifetime. And the mental health and physical health of all humans is required. And I believe in my heart and soul that we need to do more to ensure and entice the opportunity for individuals to learn how to deal with pain and mental health. I believe that we can do this together by education and by working as a community to ensure that we attract all people of every race, color, or creed. This will assist us to ensure that we can make a difference. And I believe that with your technology and your expertise, this will happen. So one thing I'm very proud of is I've known Ritesh for many, many years. I've had the wonderful opportunity of meeting several of you during the campaign, and what a pleasure it has been. You've educated me, and I continue to learn from you so that myself and my family and friends and my community can also be part of this wonderful venture and journey together. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so very much. As you rightly said, we've known each other for many, many years as friends, but I'm really glad to see you as member of parliament. I'm friends. I also need to share that I'm from King and Vaughan. So basically she's my member of parliament, and I'm really proud that, you know, she would be representing us in Ottawa. We couldn't have had a better representative than Anna Roberts to represent us. Thank you, Anna. Thanks for coming and your remarks.
Thank you so much, but I think I've lost you again.
You're there.
We all are here. So friends, today's speaker, Dr. Naveen Chandra Joshi, he's a very accomplished in Ayurveda. He's working as an associate professor at the Department of Swasth Vrit and Yoga at Uttarakhand Ayurveda University in Dehradun. He has done Doctor of Medicine, which is like MD Ayurveda in Kaya Chikitsa from Vikram University, Ujjain. With over 20 years of clinical experience, Dr. Joshi has specialization in Panchkarma, social and preventive medicine, Marma science and therapy. Dr. Joshi is also founder member of Ayush Darpan Foundation Trust India. He's a master trainer of Government of Uttarakhand for Marma science and therapy. He's also instrumental in organizing over 100 health awareness camps, yoga camps in different organizations, universities, and school.
Recording in progress.
Dr. Joshi received Dhanvantri Award, Kumayu Kesari Award, and Uttarakhand Ratna Shri Award. Welcome, Dr. Joshi. We look forward to hearing you today and learning more about the subject.
Thank you, Mr. Ritesh Malik Ji, National Convener, Canada India Foundation. And I'm so much pleased and I'm overwhelmed. Pleased to join this sessions. I am thankful to Dr. Harish Verma, President CAPA, as well as Anna Roberts, who is just present here as a special guest on this program, as a member of parliament. And today, as Mr. Ritesh Malik Ji introduced me, that Marma science. So I will just introduce you what is Marma and how this is a Ayurvedic science. So I'm just starting my presentation. So myself, Dr. Naveen Joshi, as I think that my slide is now visible. And what is Marma? So many people ask that what is Marma? So Marma is just, we believe that these are some points, just like God is just inside our body. And these points are the vital points. As we all know that God is great, you are free to believe whatever you want. We all have been given free will to choose the path that we take in life. Seek the truth and seek God and you will find him. May these quotes inspire you to be a better believer. So same way, in our Indian Vedic science, Lord Shiva has a very importance, and there is a sutra that we are just bowing our head to Lord Shiva and just saying that, Lord Shiva, please nurture our body and please keep ourselves in your, keep ourselves so fit and fine that whenever we liberate, we don't feel any type of pain. And that is the mantra which is known as the Mrityunjay mantra. As I am just presenting this mantra in front of you, because the Marma or all the Vedic sciences, the torchbearer of these all knowledges, it just came from Lord Shiva. So in Ayurveda, it is mentioned that Sariram Adya Khalu Dharma Sadhanam, means the body is the means of fulfilling all religions, meaning it is necessary to keep the body healthy. This is mentioned in our Veda. And if you look at the Ayurvedic or the Vedic rituals, there are some methodology or ancient rituals in which the Nyasa Parampara, there is a Nyasa Parampara in which the Anganyas, Karanyas, Rishadanyas, Mantanyas, Matrika Nyas, Vyapakanyas, Sudanyas. These are the ritual processes in which we don't know, but we just touch our vital points during worship of God. In Hindu mythology, Hindu religion, we just frequently follow these Nyas Parampara. It is also mentioned in Vedic literature that Yatha Pinde Tata Brahmande means the body is a miniature replica of this universe. Whatever is present in this universe, that is present inside our body. This is mentioned in the Vedic literature. So what is marma? The question arises, what is marma? The marmas are the vital points or the vital area where the energy resides as prana. Prana are the part of the cosmic energy, which when associated in our body along with the mans, that is muscles, the sira, the arteries and veins, the snayu, that is the ligaments, the asti, that is the bone, and sandhi, joint. We can say that these are essential for making any new creature. And in that areas, these are situated, and the God, which is a very powerful in the sense of creator, nurture, and destroyer, that is in the form of prana, resides on these junctional point as in cosmic energy. We believe in Hindu mythology, the creator, the nurturer, and the destroyer, all the three forms of the God, the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. The Vedas, where the knowledge, the ancient knowledge of Brahma, just from where it is originated, the question arises. The knowledge of this great knowledge arises from oldest treasure of knowledge, that is the Veda. And mainly we quote the Rigur Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, but the Athar Veda has an importance as it is classified that under the Atharvani Chikitsa, Angirasi Chikitsa, Daivi Chikitsa, and the Manusya Chikitsa. The Marma science or the Marma way of practicing, it comes under the Angirasi Chikitsa. In India, a lot of heritage of knowledge was in ancient era, the Nalanda University, the Takshashila University, many of the university have a treasure of knowledge in the library of these universities, but due to some political interference, all the knowledges and all the Vedic knowledge was destroyed. So we don't talk about that things, but now I am coming to the definition of the Marma science. According to the medical definition, if you look at the medical definition, the specific parts of the body which are very vulnerable to trauma, known as Marma. And if you look at this figure, in Ayurvedic Sushruta Samhita, there is a mention that one marma is that type of marma in which if you give an injury and if you just remove the foreign part from that injured part, the patient will die immediately. And if you just leave that shalya or the foreign element on the body, the patient will not die. Same, that is known as the Vishalyagna marma. You can say this diagram, the figure, the Jacob Miller was shot in the head at the Battle of Chickamauga on 19 September 1863. And he survived around 31 years with a bullet in his face. It is an example of Vishalyagna marma. In our Indian mythology, in the history, the Ramayana, Lord Rama just give an injury to the Ravana in the Nabhi marma, and the Ravana died. In the same way, the injury to the Padatala Hridaya marma just is the cause of the demisal of the Lord Krishna. Same way, if you look, Jesus Christ's injury to Tal Hridaya marma and the Manibandha marma is the cause of his also demisal. And also, in the mythology of Indian mythology, Shravana Kumara demisal is also mentioned as due to the injury to the Sthapani marma. Philip Hughes demisal is also due to the injury in the Kant marma. Raman Lamba is also a cricket player which is just died due to the injury in the Sankh marma. So as we know in accidental cases, some people die without massive outside injuries, but some people get extensive outside injuries. They become healthy after proper treatment. It means When vital points are injured, person dies. These vital points are important for the survival of the human being. So, as in history of Marma science, the Vedas are the treasure house of knowledge, and the Vedic medical science we find a fourfold classification. One is the Atharvini, another one is the Angirasi, third one is the Devi, and fourth one is the Manusyaja. And the Marma science or Marma Chikitsa comes under the Angirasi Chikitsa. Historical background, if you look, the Marma science and Marma therapy is the oldest way of healing in the world. As the documented history or the documented literary history of the Ayurveda is 5 to 10,000 years. The Chinese medical system is also around 5 to 10,000 years. The Arabian medical system is 1400 years old, and the modern medical science less than 300 years old, and homeopathy is more than approximately 150 years. And many other folk medical systems were present in different parts of globe time to time, but they are not in existence today. This picture is showing you the Anganyas Prakriya in the Vedic ritual, in which many of the Purohita or the Acharya are just giving a worship to the god, and they are just performing the rituals in which they are touching the points, vital points. We are blowing Sankh or a Concha shell during worshipping the god. This is also a way of stimulation of the Marma. Blowing a pipe in Buddhist tradition is also just stimulation of Marma points. So I'm just giving some theoretical way of presentation, and after just theoretical presentation, I will come to the practical presentation. In Ayurvedic Sushrut Samhita, that is a surgical book, mentioned that neck and head 37 points, extremities 44, back 14, thorax and abdomen 12, total number of points 107 points are present in our body. If you look at the percentage of Marma according to the site location, these are the percentage-wise classification, in which lower extremities 21%, 34% above the neck, 21% upper extremity, 13% in the chest and abdomen. This is the graphical presentation. As a quality-wise, Marma has been classified. 19 are fatal, 33 delayed fatal, 3 fatal after foreign body removal, 44 are disabling, and 8 are painful Marma. This is the percentage of Marma according to the structure. Maximum Marmas are Shira Marma, 25% are Snayu, and 19% Sandhi, and 10% are Mans Marma. So these are the electrical switches which are present in our body, and you just show in this diagram. These are the points which is also present anteriorly, posteriorly, at the head region as well as at the lower extremity region. These are very important points in context of the health, as well as both as in the prevention as well as the treatment of many ailments. These are also the distribution of the Marma points. You can just watch this diagram, and these diagram represents as these are the switches in our body. Two situations. One is there is a light in a house and there is a darkness in the house. Electricity is present in both the house, but the difference is that one house, the house owner knows where the switches are present, and another house, the person not know, the homeowner not know that where the switches are present, so he is just in the darkness. So that same thing happens in our body also. If you want to operate correct electrical equipment, you need a right switch, and that switch is present in our body. And in the correct way to switch on and off is also a condition to operate the electrical equipment. It is very, very compulsory and necessary to stimulate any points or any switch. If you are wrongly putting your finger to unwanted switch, it results in the danger also. So I am just now just explaining these are some points which I will explain during my lectures. These are some points I will. So Marma therapy, what are the handy facts? Marma therapy is given by applying pressure, vibration, or pinching or application of hot and cold pastes, oils, and ointments of the Marma sites on oneself or another person. These methods are different for different points. The Sira Marmas are very tender points. One should not press these points hard. Only massage and application of paste and oil is indicated over these points. Marma therapy's handy facts, points situated over the extremities, that is the upper arm, forearm, hand, lower extremities, thigh, leg, and foot can be pressed forcefully with caution, while pressure and pinching of overlying skin and subcutaneous tissue is done for some marma points of the back also. Sandalwood paste, haldi paste, medicated oils and ointments are usually used on points in the umbilicus, anus, neck and head. In Panchkarma therapy, Shirodhara is applied on forehead and vertex, through which we can put medicated oil drop by drop on marma point situated on the forehead and vertex. In marma therapy, no other device like pencil, rods, pins, needles, seeds, etc. are to be used. So this is different from the acupressure or acupuncture. There is a reference that natuham kamayi rajyam na swargam na punarbhavam kamayi duktaptanam praninam martinasnam. What is the main aim? That we have to give some treatment, some pain relief to the patients who is coming for the treatment. Nothing other, no other aim and objective, only to give relief from the pain. And especially this is the main logic behind the marma therapy. Now coming to the musculoskeletal disorders as today's topic. We know that the musculoskeletal problems are very common, which is common reason for absence from work. Musculoskeletal problems, mainly back pain and many other issues like arthritis are very common due to the degeneration, due to the many problems related with the lower back pain, ligament injury, lumbar spine disc between the vertebra, lower back muscles, abdominal and pelvic internal organs, and the skin around the lumbar area. These all are affected, maybe due to the upper back or maybe due to the disorders of the aorta, tumors in the chest and spinal inflammation. There are many causes of the back pain, which is very common. We just look at these conditions, clinical conditions in our day-to-day life. Strained muscles or ligaments, muscular spasm, muscular tension, damaged disc, injuries, fracture or falls, activities that can lead to strain, lifting something properly, lifting something that is too heavy, making an abrupt and awkward movement. These all leads to the musculoskeletal problems. Ruptured disc, bulging disc, sciatica, arthritis, abnormal curvature of the spine, osteoporosis. These are some causes of the pain and musculoskeletal pain, specifically the musculoskeletal pain also. Sometimes twisting, coughing or sneezing, muscle tension, overstretching, bending awkwardly or for long periods, pushing, pulling, lifting or carrying something, standing or sitting for long periods, straining the neck forward, such as when driving or using a computer, long driving sessions without a break, even when not hunched, sleeping on a mattress that doesn't support the body and keep the spine straight. These are some causes, as well as some diseases also, Cauda equina syndrome, cancer of spine, infection of spine, other infection, sleep disorders, many conditions we feel the pain on the back as well as the musculoskeletal pain. Occupational activities, pregnancy, sedentary lifestyle, poor physical fitness, older age, obesity and excess weight, smoking, strenuous physical exercise or work, especially if done incorrectly, genetic factors, as well as the medical conditions such as arthritis and cancer also leads to such painful condition. Weight loss, fever, inflammation or swelling on the back, persistent back pain, pain down the legs, pain that reaches below the knees, a recent injury, trauma to the back, urinary incontinence, difficulty urination, fecal incontinence, numbness around the genitalia, numbness around the anus, numbness around the buttocks. These are many causes of the musculoskeletal as well as the back pain. In the Sushruta Samhita, there is a reference that in such cases, which type of points you can stimulate. I'm just giving you a reference. I'm not explaining that reference. That in reference that there are 4 points which are mentioned as a Parsandhi, Nitamba, Ukundara, and Katik Taruna. These points are very important for reducing the musculoskeletal pain as well as the pain related with the pelvic region or back pain. I'm just showing you one point that is located at the Parsandhi Marma. If you look at this point is at the renal angle or just at the floating rib, behind the floating rib, it is known as the Somya Agneya, means the points in which the water as well as the fire element is present. It is known as the Kalantar Pranahar Marma, that is it is fatal after some time. And this is very important marma which is situated at the renal angle, and by just pressing in this way, we can stimulate the suprarenal gland as well as the kidneys functions, ureter functions. So this is a very important point which reduces the musculoskeletal pain as well as improves the function of the vital organ like kidney. Just look at the another one. This is the ileum. This is the most common problem in the recent scenario, the back pain as well as the musculoskeletal pain in the back region. You know that the ala of the ileum, body of the ileum, these are the anatomical structures in which the points are situated. Just I am showing this is the Nitamba Marma. The Nitamba Marma we all know, and you in the who are just know the terminology of the Sanskrit or the terminology of the Ayurveda. Nitamba is a part of the waistline in which 2 points are situated, and these are Asti Marma. These are situated at just above the wing of the ileum, that is the ala of the ileum. It is very beautiful point for treating the pain specifically or originating in the back region. Very important point. So this is just a Nitamba Marma. If you look at this Marma, just below the Nitamba Marma, at the junction of the iliosacral region, the another 2 points that is very important, that is known as the Kukundara Marma. This point is very important for especially for the females, in which commonly they complain the spinal pain, back pain, and the specific pain in the pelvic region. Specifically, this is a Vaikalika Marma, means disability causing Marma points, and it is very effectively you can stimulate by just sitting on the Vajrasana position. I will explain it to you later. So this is also a point. This point is the Gulf Marma. This is a very important point which is located at the medial side of the malleolus. And by stimulating this point, you just can just give immediate relief to the patients who are suffering from musculoskeletal, not only the musculoskeletal, but also from the osteoarthritis pain or rheumatoid arthritis pain or the poliomyelitis situations, and many conditions in which there is an injury and disability induced pain. So these point is amazing points for treating such cases. So I am just giving you introductory points for just introduction of these points. But now I am just giving you the physical presentation of these points. So in the head region, if you look, there is a point which is situated at the top of the vertex, and this point is known as the Adhipati Marma. So many of our participants want to know how we can stimulate these points. So I will show you stimulation of some points, and you just feel immediate relaxation. So this is a point which is just situated at the top of the vertex, and this is known as the Adhipati Marma. As Mr. Ritesh Malik ji, you can try just stimulate this point by using the 5 fingers over the head top of the vertex. And you know that in the India, we people just whenever हम लोग जब बाल उड़ाते हैं तो यहाँ पे छोड़ देते हैं. Or this is the point which is a very important point, which is known as the Adhipati Marma. So the points having a master point, it is known as the master point, and it controls the whole of the body's functions, endocrine functions. So we say that this is the main point or master point. The name itself explains the Adhipati. Adhipati means the king, means the governor. And we can say that if our body is a country and the master is just situated at the top, that is the Sahasrara chakra of the yoga, and the master point is situated at the Adhipati Marma. So this is the ruling point, this is the governing point. And as you know that the master or the governor have also some bureaucrats or some member of parliament or definitely associated with the master or top governor. So 5 points are also situated in the head region. They are known as the Simanta Marma, and it is located at the coronal suture 2 points, sagittal suture 1 point, and 2 at the lambdoidal suture. So by just how we can stimulate by just putting your hand in this way, and you are putting small finger and other 3 fingers at the sagittal suture, and just putting by your thumb over the lambdoidal suture. If you press and release, press and release, press and release, press and release, press and release. For a healthy person, 5 stimulation is enough, and each and every stimulation 0.8 seconds should be the stimulus, and 15 to 18 times for diseased person and 5 to 8 times for healthy person. So these are the Simanta Marma. As you know, the Simanta is a word which is used for joining, or these points help the Adhipati, the master, the governor, the ruler for controlling whole of the body. This is mentioned in our Ayurvedic science or the Ayurvedic Vedic literature. And same way, the 2 points are just located at this, just below the earlobe, and this is known as the Vidhur Marma, Vidhur, and these are for good hearing, or these points improves the hearing activities, auditory activities, as well as the balancing activities. So master is there, 5 top supporters are also there, and 2 points which is for the good auditory sensation is here. We just put our thumb in this way and just stimulate like this, like this, like this. And again, I am coming, these all points are very important for musculoskeletal, as well as I'm just explaining all the points which are specifically controlling whole the musculoskeletal system, as well as they are giving energy and recharging our energy. So many cases where in our OPD, they came for the different ailments like muscular dystrophy. Is a very, it is not treatable in modern science also, but we are just treating by just giving stimulus to all these points. In the same way, there is a point which is located at the temporal region between the junction of the eyebrow as well as the helix of the ear. This point, if you look at this point is very, very important for reducing the pain, any type of pain, specifically related with the headache, as well as it is directly associated with the indigestion, as well as also improves the tactile sensation. It is mentioned in Sushruta Samhita also, as well as many other literature books it is mentioned. In the same way, there are so many points. One point very important for the musculoskeletal problems, that is the Ansa Marma. As I already show in my PowerPoint presentation, that in our Hindu literature, Hindu rituals, during the Anganyas, we are just putting our hand in this point. So how to stimulate this point? You have to put your just the shoulder in 90-degree and hand in 45-degree angle, as you just put your index finger at the junction of the shoulder and neck region and just press through the middle finger this point. This is known as the Ansa Marma. So this is a very important point. You can give instant results in frozen shoulder, as well as many pain associated with the neck region and cervical spondylitis and spondylosis. So 5 times to 8 times the stimulation is very essential. This is the 90-degree shoulder will be placed at 90-degree and hand will be at the 45-degree. The index finger will be at the junction of the neck and shoulder, and by the middle finger, you can just press and release, press and release, press and release. And same way, you can stimulate the another point. And this is also the Ansa Marma. So these points are very important, specifically for just for the upper extremity pain, as well as the musculoskeletal pain, cervical pain, and specifically pain related with the neck region, as well as mainly frozen shoulder. If a patient is coming who is suffering from 5 to 6 months pain in the neck region, you just stimulate this point, and you can just give immediate relief to the patient. So I am just giving you this an example of the cost-effective, non-invasive, and very, very safe treatment method, which is mentioned in our ancient Vedas as a very safe, because it doesn't cost anything. It is a very, very, you can just you have to just identify, and you have to just stimulate these points. So this is the Ansa Marma. In the same way, there is another point which I'm just showing you, and this is very beautiful point for any type of pain, any type of digestion, any type of problems related with the acidity. This is the Kurpar Marma. So how you can identify this Marma? So you have to just put your thumb at the olecranon process. This is thumb at the olecranon process, and the index finger should be placed at the elbow joint's creases, and the middle finger comes at the point that is known as the Kurpar Marma. And by just putting, you feel a slight pain on this point. Just again, I'm repeating, you have to put your thumb on the olecranon process and index finger at the elbow joint creases, and the middle point comes at that point. It is known as Kurpar Marma, Bahi Kurpar, and just just draw a virtual line and just put your near the medial epicondyle. You just place your thumb and just stimulate the abhyantar, the internal Kurpar Marma. And it is mentioned that the Marma point, which is Kurpar Marma, it is very beautiful for immediate giving relief to spasticity, as many of the patients who are spastic, especially suffering from the child who is basically the child cerebral palsy, suffering from cerebral palsy. There is no any management, so you can give a relief, immediate relief to such a child by just giving a stimulation to the Kurpar Marma. So it is mentioned. So I think that these we should learn these points, and we said we should just Harish Verma ji, any question, sir?
Yeah. Dr. Joshi ji, many thousand people are watching you. Just explain whether this therapy is useful in tennis elbow also, because
Yes, sir. Many of the people are watching it. Very
common. Tennis
tennis
very
elbow.
common.
Yes, sir.
And the modern doctors, the allopathic doctors, they are giving steroid injections for curing the tennis elbow. So
Sir, so very, sir, you just I'm just giving you assurance, as well as I'm just giving you many results. Also, we have observed that not only in the tennis elbow, also, sir, any frozen shoulder, peoples are not, they are taking treatment from many years from physiotherapists. And yes, Vandana Pathak ji is here. She's my student, and she's continuously learning this great science from me and practicing. She know that this is the how this Burma is effective.
Can you explain tennis elbow, how it can be cured? With the
Yes, tennis elbow, not you have to, if the tennis elbow, yes. Ask.
What are the points which the patient has to press, and how much pressure has to be given, and is it curable, or is it just a temporary relief? Just explain.
Yeah. One thing I am just clarifying you that Marma therapy is based on the pranic movement, the obstructed prana. We are just channelizing the energy. This is the concept behind the Marma therapy. So a tennis elbow or any other condition, we in the Ayurveda or the Veda, we understand that these are due to the blockage of the energy channels or the prana. So first question is that yes, it is completely curable. Now one thing. Another thing is that how we can stimulate, and I'm just explaining very clearly the points. This is the Kurpar Marma. So this is the Kurpar Marma. So elbow joint is whole explained as a whole. It is explained as a Kurpara Sandhi. It is a Sanskrit word in which this is known as the Kurpara. So it has a very importance, as this Marma point is not related only with the joint problems. It is related with directly with the vital organ, that is the liver, spleen, and pancreas. It is just mentioned. So how you can stimulate this point? So I just already explained. You have to put your thumb over this olecranon process. I am just slowly explaining. Just put your thumb on the olecranon process and put your index finger at the elbow joint's creases. This is the creases of the elbow joint, and just put your middle finger at where it is going, just at the points where it goes. And this point, just try to press it. You feel a pain. Just feel a pain. This is the Kurpara, Bahya Kurpara, external Kurpara. And just draw a virtual line. Just draw a virtual line. And it comes to this is the medial epicondyle. Just near to the medial epicondyle, just put your hand straight and stimulate this. So you can just try to your patient who is suffering from tennis elbow, and he or she will get immediate relief after stimulation of this point. And one thing is that how this therapy works. The question arises that how this therapy works. And we all know that the body's inner pharmacy. Body itself cures. When we open the pranic channel, obstructed pranic channel, already the energy flow is obstructing. That will just improves the condition in which some condition you look immediate effect in one sitting, that is in the frozen shoulder case specifically. So this is the Kurpar Marma. Another point which you have to stimulate that I already explained, that is the Ansa Marma. Ansa. This is the Ansa Marma. So I am again explaining. You have to put your shoulder in 90° and hand should be placed at the 45° angle. And your index finger, Neelam Chudasmaji, namaste. So your index finger will be at the junction of the neck and shoulder, and middle finger just is at a point which is a ligament, or we can say that this is the coracohumeral ligament or glenohumeral ligament, and you just press it. This point is also painful. You can just observe this is also a painful point, but it will give immediate relief on many pain related with the shoulder region. So these points are very effective. I am just explaining another thing also, but it is not related to the musculoskeletal pain. You can try in your, just first try and then only believe what I am telling to you. This is a point. You just draw a virtual line from your middle finger and just cut it. And at the center of the point, this is a point, it is known as a Tala Hridaya Marma. I am just giving you, you just try, you just take the blood pressure of a patient, and after just 5 or 8 times stimulation, just 5 or 8 times stimulation, you just look at systolic and diastolic blood pressure change. You observe that if a person having a high blood pressure, it will come to the low. Even 30 to 40 mmHg blood pressure, just blood pressure change, just change will observe in the patient. You can directly observe these things. There is a number of evidence in which we observe that immediately blood pressure will just come at the normal. So these are some points. Yes, Harish Verma ji.
Yeah. So by pressing this point, you are saying the blood pressure will fall up to 10 to 15 points.
Yeah, mmHg, yes.
Now, shall patient continue the medication? Whatever
Yes, one thing is very important. You are asking that the patient should stop or not stop. No, I not advise. I never advise that you stop your medication, but it is a very good emergency management. As immediately if a patient having no medicine or as is an emergency condition, you can try this. But yes, of course, the patient's drugs dose will definitely be reduced. Gradually, you can reduce the dose, taper the dose of the medicine if he's not suffering from secondary hypertension.
And for how many times it has been repeated in a day?
It is essential that a person want to physically for only stimulation for physical fitness morning time and the evening time. Specifically in India, the Brahma Muhurta and Trikala Sandhya time is very important. So Brahma Muhurta, you know that it is between the 4 to 6 a.m. and Trikala Sandhya time is at the evening time when we put Sandhya Aarti. So these times are very important, but you can stimulate at any time, 2 times or 3 times daily. And just I'm just who are just practicing or just looking the patients, you can just try. Immediately you will get the results. Even if you can just try in your home also, not in the patients also. You just take the blood pressure, systolic and diastolic. After just stimulation of this point, you find the immediate drop of 20 to 30 mmHg of blood pressure by this stimulation of.
Is there any difference whether it is on right hand or left hand or both hands should be?
This is a very, very important question, Dr. Harish Verma ji, you are asking. It's a very important question. The right and left has no difference, but yes, during the self-marma therapy, there is a concept. I'm just giving a short introductory lecture in which it is not possible to give all the marmas knowledge in only one lecture. I'm just giving you a trailer of this knowledge. So I'm just explaining there is a very, very huge knowledge in which if you want to physically fit yourself, then you have to follow the self-marma therapy. Self-marma therapy is based on the concept of this concept that we want to be physically fit, then we have to stimulate our all marmas. So during the self-marma therapy, we start from the center marmas, that is from Guda, then from Basti, then Nabhi, then Hridaya, then Kant, then Sir. This is the center. And after that, we stimulate the lower extremities marma. And then after we stimulate the upper extremity marmas. And finally, when we close then we close the marma points of the left side. As you look in the puja paddhati also, the acharya also say Om Astraya Fat, and he just put his pressure over this Talhridaya marma of the left side. So it is just to analyze that why he's doing such just giving a pressure on this point. So he's locking his all the energy inside the body. So for physical fitness, for maintaining your good health, you have to stimulate the left side marma on self marma therapy. But for treating a patient having an hypertension, you can stimulate both right and left side of the upper extremity as well as of the lower extremity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I'll ask Ritesh ji, we will invite you sir, for the physical presentation in CIF office. Please carry on.
I think this is one of the best presentation we've had, and I could see Anna actually trying everything you were recommending her, and I could already see that probably CIF, or we would want you to actually have a special session for these elected representatives where I could see the smile on her face. She was in pain probably somewhere, and she could see how you could help her.
So please carry on, Dr.
Carry on,
Joshi,
please.
please.
Yeah. So I think that this knowledge should be propagated. Actually, no anything required for marma therapy. You only need a marker pen, one sanitizer, and you can start this. And in the whole world, the God has given same points. Never differentiate between any religion, any country. 107 points are present inside our body, and all the points are not necessary to stimulate. But if you are interested, I'm just giving you some totally sequence of stimulation, how you can stimulate for some specific disease. I'm just giving you an example of one point. It's known as Gulf Marma. Nowadays in India, Navaratri is very, we are just worshipping the goddess Durga. And if you look at Durga Saptati, it is mentioned that Gulfe Nara Singhicha Pada Pristay tu Tejasi. You just look at Gulfe Nara Singhicha Pada Pristay tu Tejasi. Means, oh goddess Durga, you resides in our Gulf Marma, come on the Gulf Marma and sit here. Why this is mentioned? This is mentioned to give an importance of these points. At the goddess Durga, we just feel the energy. We are just power and energy. We are just paying just a lot of importance to the power and energy, Shakti Swarupa Durga. So we are just calling and to tell her to sit on my Gulf Marma, as it already indicates that what is the importance of this Marma. So I have seen many patients who are suffering from paralysis, and the patient was not able to walk even. By immediate stimulation of the Gulf Marma, the patient is just running. It is miracle for some persons. Some persons also tells that, oh, this is only exaggerated explanation, but I am explaining you. You just try and just give benefit to a patient who is suffering from frozen shoulder. Either he is suffering from the lower extremities pain. Start with the Gulf Marma. You will get immediate results. So it is very difficult to show you in the virtual explanation, but yes. Some examples I am just giving you. Just start your Talhridaya Marma. Another point also I am explaining you. This is the Kshipra Marma. This is the Kshipra Marma. And you know that between the thumb and the index finger there is a web, and you have to just put your just another thumb in the web and just put in the snap box and just stimulate this point. Just stimulate. And this point is mentioned that this point is very important for endocrine functions as well as to improving the lubrication of heart and lungs. And during the COVID era, we know in India also, as well as your member of parliament is also explaining that the COVID scenario in Canada also. So during these eras, many people are just complaining that they have an oxygen saturation level very low. And what we can do? So the stimulation of the Kshipra Marma, immediately it shows the enhancement of the oxygen level. As it is mentioned that this Marma has a direct relation with the heart and lungs function. So in our Vedic ritual in the Vedic era, we all used to stimulate these points in that time, but nowadays we are not very much known about this. And another thing is that this Vedic way of treatment just changed in the martial art, as it is propagated in martial art form as a kalari, and many in the southern India, they are just practicing to hitting these points and giving an injury to these points. I already explained how you can give an injury, as many examples I have already mentioned. Jesus Christ was just if you put an injury to these points, as well as the Raman Lamba, as well as the many of the these are very important vital points. So by proper stimulation, you will get a good results, and by giving more stimulation and by giving an injury to these points, these are the marmaghat, and then we can say that these are fatal. But the positive effect that these points, if properly stimulated, these are very important points. So I think that if any questions from your participants or any experts, I will like to give you reply, because this lecture is more practical than the theoretical. So I am very much interested to give the reply to their audience. Yeah.
Yes, Dr. we have few questions. One Shweta Varkandar has asked a question. Does Adipati Marma help special people suffering from autism? Likewise.
Yes, very good question. Adipati Marma, I already explained that it is a Agneya Marma, and Agneya means it is a fiery nature. So, dear doctor, the effect is very good, but always remember that one should cautiously stimulate. Especially, you have to take care of the time. And I request you that the Adipati Marma, we can just put a oil also. You can put oil if the child is an autistic child. You can just put massage over this Adipati Marma by proper Brahmi oil or Jyotismati oil, oil of the Sheetal nature, that is the cold in nature. You can put a massage over these points. You will get a very beautiful results. Yeah.
And Dr. Joshi, you mentioned about this renal angle marma. Does it help in renal failure?
Yeah, renal failure. Renal failure, actually, the renal failure is a very critical or emergency condition, but it is mentioned in Sushruta Samhita. Not only in the Sushruta Samhita, it is mentioned that the Kurpar Marma have a very, very direct effect in the metabolic activities, as well as the Indravasti, one Marma point which is known as the Indravasti. If you look at the name of this Marma, Basti is directly related with the bladder, and the Indra is just connected with the water. And so we can say that this point, I'm just giving example of this point. This point is just located 4 finger below the elbow joints creases, and this point is very important for treating the renal ailments. But if there is an acute renal failure, we can't say that immediately we can manage this point by just stimulating this point. So if an emergency condition, you have to give certain emergency measures also. But for prevention or for treating such cases like urinary renal stone, as well as the enlarged prostate, obstruction of the urine, or frequency of urination is very much increased in such cases, by stimulating the Indravasti Marma, you can give a good results. But I am not clear about the renal failure cases. Yeah.
So, Ritesh, any question?
Yeah, another question, Dr. Neelam from USA. I think she's also your student. She's asking if foot has injury and swelling, what kind of, and that kind of pain, which marma we should do?
For any foot injury or for any type of injury related with the lower extremity, you can stimulate the Kshipra Marma, as you already learned all these marmas regularly with me. So I think that Gulf Marma is very important, Neelamji. You can stimulate these points, and these points are very effective. But always remember that careful stimulation should be done with proper guidance of an expert. Yeah, it is needed.
Yes, Dr. Joshi, you are saying the marma point should be pressed like this. Can it be a rotatory movement, or can it be a clockwise or anti-clockwise movement for various marmas?
Yes, one thing is very, very important. You ask that we are not pressing any point. We are just stimulating. So we are giving in a stimulus. So somebody asked that this is the acupressure, this is the acupuncture. No, this is not acupressure and acupuncture. Our concept is that the prana resides in the point, the area the prana resides. What we are doing, we are just awakening the prana. Like a child, if you go, he's sleeping, you go to just beautifully, if you stimulate, it will be with the fresh mood. And if you will go and poke him like this, definitely his behavior will be changed. Same way, we are not pressing. We are just giving a stimulus, gentle stimulus, as we are just awakening the prana, and just we will get tremendous and amazing results by simply the stimulation. So we can rotatorily give massage to also these points. I already mentioned that by putting some oil, by putting some lepa, by putting some but the touch sensation is very essential. Somebody asked if you are giving a instrumental stimulation by pressing a needle, by pressing a pen, then it is not a marma therapy. Marma therapy is based on the touch. So the basic difference between the acupressure and acupuncture is that this therapy needs a healing touch of a positive person. One thing is very important. The person who is giving therapy, he must be an energetic person. If he has already a low prana energy, then he is not able to give a stimulation and proper results. So always, but there is a code of conduct for giving a marma therapy. One should follow proper disciplined life, proper energy levels. He should practice the self marma therapy pranayam in daily life, and he should be positive. If a person is negative, he will not get the good results in his patients. So this is the basic difference. And so massage, as well as the putting the oil, circular massage is also given, but it is not a stimulation. Yes, it will also nurture the area. So you also get the results. Even it is mentioned that if a person is not able to take proper abhyanga massage of the whole of the body, then only the massage of the marma points also give the same results of the sarvanga abhyanga. And one example I am giving you, somebody asked in the chat box, this is the Manibandha Marma. Manibandha Marma, if you look this Marma, as we all know, this is the Kalava. We just Raksha Bandhan, the brother and sister relation, as well as the Guru and Shishya relations. It mentioned Yen Baddu, Bali Raja, Danavendru, Mahavala, Rakshit, Machala. So if you look at the name of the Manibandha, look very minutely the name, Mani and Bandha. If you look at the name of the Mani is used for the Sishna Mani. Sishna Mani is the glans penis, clitoris, and the Mani is used for the head region. And Bandha means just you are tightening the Bandha. Means this point is just controlling the sexual arrogance, as well as the negative attitude, negative thoughts. So that's why for social discipline, so the rituals of Raksha Bandhana, as well as you know that the Manibandha is also for criminals. We just place the Hatkadi in the same Manibandha region. So if you look by stimulation of this Manibandha, it will give you a very coolness. And how you can stimulate, just put your thumb over this point at the base of the thumb, and just by the middle finger circle this point, and by simply rotating clockwise and anti-clockwise, clockwise and anti-clockwise. This is a joint marma, sandhi marma, very beautiful for musculoskeletal pain. Specifically, this is the topic of my lecture. So this is the Manibandha marma. So 5 to 8 times, if you stimulate, this marma is very beautiful for relaxation, as well as it downs the sexual arrogance and just giving a cool and positive thoughts inside our mind, body. It also reduces the anger also. Sometimes in today's life, so many stress are there. So it is very beautiful marma for just de-stressing, or we can say that relieving the stress also. So this is the Manibandha marma. Somebody asked in the chat box.
Last question, sir. Somebody asked, is there any cure for varicose vein through marma therapy?
Yeah, sir. Very good question. So varicose vein, sir. there is a Urvi and Ani Marma in lower extremity, Urvi Marma and Ani Marma. It is just a 4-finger above the knee joint, and Ani Marma and Urvi Marma, the 8 fingers above the knee joint, and just at the knee joints, knee joints 8 finger below, there is a lower extremities Indravasti Marma. Indravasti Marma, it is beautiful for varicose veins. So for varicose veins, lower extremities Urvi, Ani Marma and Indravasti Marma, tremendous results you will observe, as it is mentioned that it regulates the circulation of the lower extremity and also the Udakavaha Srotas, that is the water channels. We can say that the blood plasma flow, blood flow, if there is any obstruction in the flow, it will just correct. So
Sir, how
yes,
to do it?
you can get to it.
How to do it? Kindly.
Yeah, I will show you. 1 minute. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
So
Um,
this is the first. I'm just showing the lower extremity in Marma. So many people are suffering from the joint problems. So this is the Janu Marmas. This is Janu Marma. You have to put your both the thumb in this position and just give a pressure to thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. And for the Indravasti Marma, you have to just 8 finger below and this point, and just put a thumb over this point and just stimulate like this. This is very beautiful for the varicose veins. And yes, in this way, for by just putting your thumb at the back, at the posterior aspect of the calf muscles, you can stimulate. So for Urvi is 4 finger, Ani is 4 finger above, and 8 finger above is the Urvi. So this is the Urvi, and this is the Ani, and this is the Indravasti. These points are important for stimulation of the varicose veins.
Excellent. Excellent. And Dr. Joshi ji, I am thankful to you, and it was excellent lecture. And I believe we will invite you, CIF will invite you for physical demonstration of Marma therapy in Canada. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope that this science should be propagated, and this is very safe, and no medicine is used, no any invasion is given, and there is no side effect, and results are awesome. And I hope that we can work for the cerebral palsy patients, arthritis patients, especially the musculoskeletal pain patients. And definitely this is drugless therapy, and I hope that in other countries like Canada also, I hope that there is no any legal issues for practicing this type of touch therapy.
Let me give you one information that CIF has raised $1 million for the research on Ayurvedic techniques and Ayurvedic medicines in collaboration with the University of Toronto, their University Health Network, and Ministry of Ayush and All India Institute of Ayurveda. We are going to organize a lecture through CIF in the month of November also, and they have already raised $1 million, and we will be inviting people like you in Canada who will give the information and knowledge to the people who are suffering from those elements which are considered to be incurable in allopathic medicine. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Harish Verma ji. You have been spearheading this Ayurveda thing in Canada, and we are happy at CIF to partner with you and many other like-minded individuals like Dr. Joshi. Thank you very much, Dr. Navendra Chand Joshi ji, for your well-informed and interactive presentation on Ayurvedic Marma therapy and its role in management of musculoskeletal pain today. As we all know, Ayurveda is a science of life which believes in treating mind, body, and soul for ensuring a complete state of health. And this ancient wisdom is well reflected in the unique concept and composition of Marma also very well, as explained by you. This is good to know that Marma are not only anatomical landmarks, but they are also the sites where Tridosha are present with their subtle forms. This was really a great presentation today, and I could see many audiences, and even like the guest today, we had Anna Roberts. She was very enjoying this presentation and actually participating in whatever you were recommending us all to do. Our virtual audience must be really happy to listen this detailed description on Marma therapy. This is good to know that how prana, which is vital energy for all of us existing in Marmas, may be directed to remove blockages even in remotely connected areas and stimulate energy flow, thus resulting in a state of healthy body, mind, and spirit. I would also like to thank our special guest, Anna Roberts, today, who joined us on a Thanksgiving weekend. A special thanks to all the virtual audiences for their constant interest and support to this CIF initiative. We welcome your suggestions, analysis, and recommendations to make the series more beneficial for all of you. You can always email us at info@canadaindiafoundation.com. I would also like to thank our partners, Canadian Ayurvedic Practitioners Association, led by Dr. Harish Verma-ji, Vedic Spiritual Heritage Foundation, and Consulate General of India to support this initiative. Also, I would like to thank Y Media for covering this program live to reach out to many people and diaspora in Canada. Also, friends, please stay in tune for our next webinar on Sunday, 24th October 2021 at same time, 10 o'clock, which is on basic and fundamental research for Ayurveda modern medicine integration by Professor Madan Thangavelu, who is from Cambridge, United Kingdom. Stay safe, stay healthy. This weekend, we show and express our gratitude to our families, friends, our neighbors, our communities, and you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you very much, and namaste.